That's a great idea.
So the question was around mobilizing at the city level as well as at the, to build up support and momentum for a pushback against Citizens United by a constitutional amendment that's happening on, in many municipalities, but more specifically on June 17th, and what folks in the room can do.
17th.
Sorry, July 17th, and what these folks and other folks can do to help build that pressure.
I think that's an unbelievable idea. I like it. City Council in New York, and I was the sponsor of that resolution. We did pass a resolution regarding Citizens United, and I think that's a great idea. I can't say that we will have a hearing because I got to discuss it with leadership, obviously, and I've got to speak to our speaker and see. But I know that she was a strong supporter of the reso as well. So this may be something that we'd be interested in doing.
I'd like to jump in on this too. I believe, and I'm glad you asked this question. I believe that Citizens United is the single most important issue that progressives face. And if you didn't learn that from Wisconsin, you're never going to learn it. We're outspent 7-1. 7-1 in Wisconsin. And that is because unlimited, undisclosed amounts of money are being spent in our elections, and there's no way of knowing where it's coming from. And you saw, you remember the flap between the president and Justice Alito about whether or not the money's coming from foreign sources. You don't know. I mean, Justice Alito nodded, no way, it's not right. You don't know if there's not disclosure. So I'm proud to say, and this is why we talked a lot about coalition building here in Rhode Island. I'm proud to say that our Speaker and our Senate President both came on board to pass resolutions to overturn Citizens United with an amendment. I'm also proud to say that I'm the prime sponsor and have gotten passed in the House, and it looks like we are going to get it passed in the Senate, a bill that would require disclosure in light of Citizens United. And I think it's critically important to do it now over the long term, because this decision isn't going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. I mean, you've got the Montana case where they're trying to basically ignore the law. Frankly, I think they're going to take it up and they're going to smack Montana down. I mean, that's what I think the Supreme Court's going to do. So this decision, barring a constitutional amendment, which I don't see happening anytime soon, is going to be with us. And the question becomes, how do we respond to this money in our politics? And as an 8-1 concurrence in Citizens United, the Supreme Court said that disclosure laws are proper. But there's a turn happening in the conservative movement. A Wall Street Journal op-ed, who's long supported disclosure, more recently started coming out and saying, well, maybe we shouldn't have so much disclosure because of intimidation. So you're seeing the move. You're seeing the move. The move is unleash the money and now drop disclosure. And that is going to be, and here, and to add something even more cynical and why I get so impassioned by this, inevitably the next challenge in the Supreme Court is going to be from candidates. And what are candidates going to say? Candidates are going to say that their rights are being drowned out by independent expenditures. How cynical is that? That the Supreme Court's unleashing of money for independent expenditures in electronic communications drowns out the candidate, and therefore candidate limitations on raising money should be lost. And that's going to be the next move. I'm telling you, it's coming. So that's why this is the most important issue, and I'm so happy you raised it. I think we need to do everything we can across this country to make sure we have disclosure and we work to bring back the limitations that make all the sense in a country where money should not buy speech and buy you a bigger megaphone.
So the short answer is yes, we should be doing that, and you should tie into some of the national organizations, because I would dare not volunteer some of my other partner groups that are in the room to doing this. The longer answer for all of you is, I believe Chris is a lawyer, he's probably right about Citizens United. What I can tell you all is there are things that are changing in our society, if we organize right, that we're going to have to try to do. One thing is, most of Citizens United is aimed at television. Folks, I don't know if you talk to young people 25 and under lately, and some older people, they watch Netflix. DirecTV's right now having a fight over blocking television commercials. The future in 4 years, maybe more likely 8 years, is going to be the people in a movement that can organize online and socially to be able to get their message out. Because technology is our friend. It is taking the sting out of some of the television ads that are going on out there. If we're behind, and that's where this audience comes in, because this is what Netroots is about, if we don't advance and we don't organize in the right way, we're really in trouble.